Okay. G'day, I'm Blake. This is Gauntlet Group Tabletop Online Gaming. Today we're playing Hunted the Reckoning. The main thing you have to remember is most rolls are stat plus skill is, a group of D10s and you go for the target number. Speaking of which, I've actually remembered I've got a dice roller. Where's that gone? Where did that go? I've got a dice roller link somewhere.
Yeah, Chaotic put it up.
Yay! I always forget that. All right, so cool. But so it's in the chat there. Excellent. So this is Hunter the Reckoning set in Canada, roughly 2010. So it's modern. You've got cars, mobile phones, electronics, the wonders of the internet, all of that. But like Buffy and Supernatural and the Grimm, etc., there's vampires and werewolves and warlocks and stuff out there. But they're hiding because they're nasty. Okay. Did anyone have any ideas? Oh, basically, there's some pre-gens, but you can choose what sort of concept and look for your character is, and you get 5 skill points to spend on whatever to tailor your character a bit. But they've all got some stuff already. If you have any questions, just chuck them at me. I know I've forgotten something, but I'm sure I'll remember in a minute when it's important.
Oh, no.
That may just be the camera.
Yeah.
Just turn the camera off. That's all right. Can you still hear us, Chaotic? Let's give them a sec. I heard a commotion. All right, so they're just going to check on something. Jolly good.
All right. I think I like either yellow or green as possible options, unless someone else really has their heart on them. And then I could maybe do yellow. Or not yellow, sorry, yellow, green. And if someone else has their heart on it, I could maybe roll with orange. But what are people feeling?
Kathleen, I think you're muted.
Yes, I am. There we go. I am flexible. I had planned to wait and see what other people wanted and then pick from what was left, but because I don't have any strong concept yet that requires any one of these, so.
I had been looking at the red one and the yellow one, so not much overlap as yet, but happy to change if people are really set in those.
All right, so we've got a green-yellow favor and a red-yellow favor.
Makes it sound like M&M's. Oh, dear. So, for example, the yellow one, the creator's entrepreneurial. So you think everybody's trying to look after themselves, not necessarily in a nasty way, it's just realism. Drive is atonement. So at some point you've helped a bad guy, not necessarily deliberately, you may have done it by accident, but you feel like you've got to do something to balance the scale sort of thing.
Oh, I think that's orange. Or I was.
Or at least it is if we look at the one on the far right, which is very yellow.
I was going by the one on the far left, actually.
Yeah.
But, far right is definitely yellow. Yeah, I should have chosen more distinct colours. Anyway, too late now.
So are people going after the highlighter yellow or after the orange yellow?
I was thinking highlighter yellow.
Okay, because because the orange yellow got my attention, so.
Oh, that beeping is back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now it's stopped.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Yay, technical problems.
Yay. Yeah. Chaotic, did you have any opinions on which color-coded book do you like?
I prefer the orange yellow, but however, like I can change it up if people wanted me to. I would just need a few moments to think about what other preaching I want. I almost said playbook. It's not playbook.
Oh, it's a
It's not a million
Oh,
miles
that doesn't
different,
matter.
though.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'll put it in chat. I'm thinking green or we'll call it highlighter yellow. So I'll throw that in chat. Chaotic was thinking orange yellow. And Kathleen, what were you thinking?
I hadn't expressed a preference because I wanted to see what other people wanted yet. So
Okay, and then
I am flexible.
D was red or were you orange yellow, Donna, or highlighter yellow?
I think you said
I
red.
was the red or highlighter yellow.
Highlighter yellow. Could you, Blake, really quick go over the actual like creed information for inquisitive and greed, and for underground and vengeance as defined by the book?
Yep. So inquisitive is just you're curious. You want to find out more. You want to learn more. So you might be the librarian or Indiana Jones type. Greed is you want money, not necessarily at other people's expense, but you're not doing it for free. You want to pay the bills. Underground, you've come from a more lower income sort of background. You grew up in the streets or spent a decent amount of time on the streets. So you come at things from the side, not directly head on. You use alternative tactics and lateral thinking and stuff because you've always had to get by. Vengeance, someone you know or care about was hurt, or even yourself, and you want to make them pay.
Mm-hmm. And then, sorry for 20 questions, but
It's all good.
I see flaws: living on the edge or weak-willed.
You just pick one. Either you're given to temptation easily, or you just like taking risks. You enjoy pushing your luck.
So I think maybe if no one else is an eye on red, I will make other people's decisions maybe easier, maybe more difficult by settling on red.
Sounds good.
Of what is left, Kathleen, does purple, green, or yellow, or highlighter yellow appeal to you? And do either of those hit up your fancy? Like what hits you?
I was actually kind of looking at the blue purple, the faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you've got a belief, whether it's in humanity, an ancient pantheon of God, Christian God, whatever. You think the world works in a certain way, and you because of that, you're like, well, these monsters are a threat to that way of life and the goodness of God or people or whatever it is, and that's why you fight, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that one.
An oath is you sworn an oath to cure vampirism because your brother died of becoming a vampire and he got staked or whatever, or you want to protect the community because vampires are preying on the poor and stuff. You've sworn an oath at some point. It's up to you what it is, but that's why you go out there and fight.
Oh no, you've left me with choices. The greatest enemy in Paul Gaines.
So chaotic, you were going with entrepreneur on the left-hand side?
Yep.
Yep, okay. Cool.
All right, I'm gonna get a coin and flip it.
That's the gamer way, right?
All right. All right, looks like we are green.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so you all met at college. That doesn't mean you're all the same age. You may have gone away, had several other jobs, and then come back to do college or whatever. But that's where you met. There's so many screens open. So, okay, so yeah, you've got some skills already. You've got 5 points to add to whatever skills you like. It's up to you whether you sort of back each other up by two of you taking stealth, or one of you saying, nope, I've got stealth, you all take something else. That's up to you lot.
Let's see.
There is a list, pull down list for concept, but you can think of something else. That's cool too. Wow, you guys have got names straight out of the box. I'm impressed. Normally, that's the last thing people do.
I literally have like a random generator like on standby. I just like throw like a wheel and it picks a name for me. So
Oh, nice. I usually agonize over names, but this time something popped to mind, so hey.
Yeah.
Is there
As soon as I
anything
saw
we're... Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, as soon as I saw Jesse there, I got Carly Simon in my head now. That's the name of the last name, so that's right. Shows my age. Okay, Malcolm. Oh, wow. You're all... all right.
Let's see.
So, the far right one isn't being used, is it? Okay, so that's cool. Now, if you have an idea for a desire and ambition, you can whack it in there. It's not super urgent right at the start. Desire is short term, like I want to fight something, I want to have a big meal. And ambition is longer term, like I want to find a cure for vampirism, or I want to kill every werewolf in the Canada. You know, it's longer term. And it's presumed you can have mundane stuff like torches, mobile phones, you know, sneakers, bag of Hershey bars in your back pocket, whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. Make some cash, all right? Jolly good. Now, when you met each other in college, there was a vampire preying on students, but your team investigated.
Mhm.
What went wrong and what went right?
I think that we had a fifth member of the team, and they got turned into the vampire and got away.
Ooh, I like it.
Hang on, they got away or the vampire got away, or both?
I'm not sure whether or not both, but at least the person that got turned into the vampire. Because I'm just figuring out, since like my drive is atonement, I think I kind of let them get away on purpose.
Because they were your friend, but now you're like, actually, they're going to hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, what went right for the team against this vampire?
Oh, let's see. Maybe we managed to stop attacks on some particular place or population. That we drove the local vampires away from a particular hunting ground or something.
Yeah, so they were attacking students, well, preying on students in the college, so you did stop them. But, yeah, they had to leave and they took your friend with them. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. It's my corgi saying good morning. Did anyone choose any extra skills or anything? You got 5 points to spend.
Yeah, I added streetwise, a couple of dots there. One of stealth. What else did I add? I added 5, and I'm now forgetting what was my addition and what was already there.
Okay.
I added an insight, I think.
I added 2 points to melee, 2 points to stealth, and a point to investigation.
Oh, you want to live through the end? Good on you. Okay.
I have a point in melee, stealth, intimidation, awareness, and occult.
Oh, okay.
So I added 1 to insight, 2 to persuasion, 1 to stealth, and 1 more to occult.
Jolly good. So we got a name for K's? Lachlan. Okay. I'm impressed. I've played some games where it's like 2 hours in where they're like, okay, we've named our characters. Yeah. Now, there is a track for a bit like a stress track. It's Desperation and Danger. They're both 1 to 5, and they're both at 1 because there's always danger out there. That's part of the excitement of the life of a hunter. So they both start at 1. As things go bad, you actually get more dice you can use, but it makes the bad guys easy to find you. That's part of the joy. Okay. So you all met in college, so you all know each other. There were some vampires. You stopped them attacking students, but they turned your friend and they've gone. So that would have been a couple of months ago or whatever. And stuff doesn't happen every night. That would be a bit ridiculous. So, are people ready or?
Yeah, I just have one question.
Yeah.
Sorry. What does a unseemly aura do? I tried to Google it, but I wasn't really sure.
Oh, okay. It's basically by default, monsters think you're a monster. So if there's a pack of ghouls guarding a vampire's lair in a warehouse or something, you can just casually walk through as long as you don't do nothing obvious. Because
Okay.
to them, you're just one of them. If you pull out a gun and start shooting them, obviously they go, "Oh crap, there's a
Yeah.
hunter here." But until
Yeah.
you sort of actively threat, they just don't see you as a threat.
Okay.
Whether it's a supernatural thing or your pheromones make you not there,
Who knows?
who knows?
All right. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, so it's fall, autumn, whatever you want to call it, in Edmonton, Canada. You've been asked to come out and meet this place. Where's share? No, not that one. I've clicked on the wrong button. Share screen. That one. There we go. So this is Elk Island near Edmonton. It's more overcast than that, but at least it gives you an idea of what it looks like. Okay. So, right. So that's there. Now, Hannah, who is somebody's sister, has asked you to come out because something weird's going on. I want you folks to have a look. Hannah's sort of suit, glasses, ponytail. My figure looked a bit like Tina Fey. Do you know who that is? Yeah, and she'd like you guys to have a look at it. A person was wounded or maimed in the woods, and it just seems odd. And it happened, 500 meters over there, 1,000 foot over there.
Absolutely, yes. We should take a look.
Yeah, just for look, there's something odd about it, and they'll, give you all $5,000 each for starters, and if things get worse, then the money goes up, of course. Yeah. So the person that was wounded is a boy named Owen, who's 16, currently staying in hospital in town. Yeah, they were hurt in the woods just over there. They were lucky that they were found quickly because they could have easily bled to death, but they didn't. So they're alive but hurt and in hospital now. But it doesn't seem like an animal attack. That's why Hannah thinks this might be up your team's thing. The game's supposed to call you a cell instead of a team to sell. It reminds me of terrorists. It's a bit weird. But okay. Do you have any questions for Hannah or?
So when did this happen?
This happened, I'm going to say 6 hours ago. So it would have been, mid-morning because it's mid-afternoon now. It's autumn, so it's overcast and cold, but it is daylight.
Yeah.
And it's out, and there's a fair bit of sort of scrub and brambles and trees and that. There's quite a lot of woods are in this area.
Well, we know what it isn't if it's mid-morning.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of injuries? Claws, teeth, or weirder than that, or?
She doesn't know the details of that other than he's missing an arm.
Oh.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's why he was lucky to be found quickly, otherwise he would have bled to death. But yeah, they're in the local hospital, which is 10 kilometers that way. The attack site is only a kilometer that way.
Well, I suggest we check out the attack site, since it's closer, and then if we have, that may give us more intelligent questions to ask if we're able to talk to the victim or talk to a first responder if we can't.
Did you say the name of the kid who got attacked?
Owen.
Owen. Who found Owen? If you know that.
some friends. That's all she knows. Some friends found him, managed to stabilize and get him to hospital quickly.
So is this his mom, or like who is this to him?
The person talking to you is Hannah, one of your sisters. Someone's who gives you missions occasionally.
Hannah, not to be unkind in light of this suffering that Owen has endured, but what is the bounty or price for capture of this creature?
Well, she's giving you all 5,000 just for generally investigating, and if things get dangerous or whatever, then there'll be more money thrown in later. It's just a starting.
Okay, yeah, no, 5K is good. 5K is good. Sure, let's go.
That's fair. You all got bills to pay.
Yeah. I'm a little more concerned about something ripping arms off of people, but
People live with one arm all the time. Just shrug.
People die with one arm, all the time. Also,
The duality of man.
Yes, Owen was lucky.
especially when they get ripped off. I find ripping is traumatic.
Malcolm, you're so serious. So serious.
I am, but at least I didn't ask for money up front.
Listen, if y'all don't, I have to, or else we're gonna run out of gas on our way to places.
there's something to that, I admit, but oof.
But when we run out of gas in the middle of nowhere, that is just so exciting with the screaming.
Yeah.
The panicking, the trying to find a castle that has a phone.
All right, so
Yeah.
You've been given some money up front. Are you going to the attack side? Are you going to the hospital? Are you going to go, hey, we got paid, let's go and get a big feed first? I don't know.
I say attack site.
Attack site, because imagine if this is just within the first 6 hours, they're not going to let anybody visit Owen. So
Yeah.
I also think attack site, but I think it's worth getting a vote in for brunch. We have some money.
Honestly, you know what, Malcolm? I was thinking you were too testy this morning, but I'm happy and pleased with you. I'll take a Benedict.
You can go to the attack site and get some brunch on the way to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
You won't like me when I'm hungry.
That's literally an ad over here for Snickers.
Well, as long as I get my coffee, we're good.
Oh, what do they
I think
call it in
Malcolm
Canada?
is the
Tim
kind of guy
Hortons.
who would have a flask, because obviously Naomi's coffee addiction is something to be respected.
All good. Okay, so you go to the attack site. There's sort of police tape around it, but no police there at this point. It's obvious they've been done a few searches around by footprints and stuff. You can see that. Yes.
Won't be the first time we've ducked under police tape.
No, probably
won't
not.
won't be the last.
So, what are people doing once you get to the attack site?
I want to circle in slowly from sort of the outer edge of the tape area and look at the ground, look at, broken branches or brush or whatever, anything like that, before getting to what I presume is rather bloody spot in the middle.
Okay, are you looking for anything in particular, or
Trying to see if there are tracks or other signs.
You seem a bit calm about this. I would think it's kind of survival
Okay.
and intelligence, I would say.
Okay. So that's
Sorry, I was just saying Lachlan does a limbo under the police tape. Nice.
marvelous. So let's see. What am I doing here roll-wise? I have not used this roller before,
You
so...
just click on the D10 4 times, I think, in this case.
Okay.
Yep. And then hit the green roll button down the bottom. Well, aqua roll bottom. Okay. Alright, so you got 2 above 6, so 2 successes. Okay, so you can see little footprints from boots from where the police have sort of looked around the area. They're obviously just using the front of their sort of boot to carefully sort of tiptoe around. You can't see like fur anywhere or claw marks on trees, so it's not an obvious bear attack, and it's not, you can't see like paw prints all over the ground, so it's not a wolf pack or something either.
Okay.
So the obvious, you can rule out the obvious of, you know, bears, wolves, and people.
I think while Naomi is doing like a sort of more professional investigative look, I think Lachlan is going to take a moment to sort of bend down where the blood is, and he's going to take a deep breath and going over sort of what he knows about occult incidents and things like that. He wants to see
Holy
if that
crap! He's got lots of occult.
Yeah, this is what he do. This part, at least. You know, he's like a goofball and probably absolutely useless in a fight. But he just happens to also be intelligent. Not that he'd ever like be knows, you know, very highfalutin about it. Specifically in the occult lands. So yeah, he wants to see and trace along the paths and the blood and see if this touches upon any occult awareness he has.
Yeah, so that would be intelligence plus occult. Hang on a minute. No, which means you've got 8 dice.
Ooh.
Even if I say, it's a difficulty of 3, you already got double that, so you don't need to roll. I can just give you a big bunch of info. It could be a forest creature. That's why there's no tracks and fur and stuff. So, like some sort of satyr, some sort of shapeshifter of like possum or bat or something that doesn't touch the ground as much, or a dryad, some sort of tree plant creature.
Okay, and with my occult knowledge, I feel like I would know that typically, unless I guess dryads aren't usually this violent, or at least not violent in this nature. They tend to drown things. Or is that a different lore?
Yes or no, it depends what people have done.
Okay. Yeah, so Lachlan will sort of look around and he'll stand up and be like, well, considering the lack of movement and things, I think we've either got some kind of shapeshifter that can become, you know, not necessary for traversing on the ground. That could have been a dryad, or he could have really pissed off a satyr.
Huh, okay. That narrows things down somewhat.
Malcolm, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I mean, with these, the way you described it was, you know, this was kind of in the middle of a, like a wilderness area, but is there,
Yeah,
you know, you know, we're in some flat ground with grass and bushes and that. Is there like a forest area like nearby, or are we in the middle of it?
You're in the middle of like a light wooded section of heavier woods.
Okay. So I'm wondering maybe if there's a track, you know, if we follow a track deeper into the forest, we might see some clues of some travel there, or by either our victim, or that might explain why a forest creature took offense to them, or maybe from the forest creature themselves, coming out to make the attack.
It still seems like survival, so I'm going to say intelligent survival. Let's look around for, because there's a dirt track there,
Okay.
but whether you find anything useful on it. So you got 3 sixes, jolly good.
3 6s.
So, so 3 successes. You guys are killing it. Okay. There's nothing further ahead on the track, so whatever came here either came via the trees or from the sky. So it's not like something beelined for this thing. It looks like this kid came from sort of closer to town, got to a certain point, and got attacked.
Okay.
So if something was disturbed or upset, it wasn't during the kid's run down this track. It would have been before that.
So probably not a moment of like passion, like for the lack of a better term.
He didn't try to snog a dryad and upset them, no.
Well,
Sato for the same reason, yeah.
Yeah. Less of tracking the creature. I'm trying to, because I imagine like there's still blood and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Did the victim leave anything behind, such as like, oh, they dropped like their phone or something?
That would be super convenient, but sure, you could roll.
like I'm any sort of like thing they could have dropped, even like if it's like, oh yeah, like when their arm got ripped off, they couldn't recover like bits of it or what have you. So
Oh, delightful. They had their iPad, they were listening to Bop, and that's why they were attacked. The iPad's still in the bushes. No.
Trying to take a selfie with whatever it was, and conveniently...
I'm totally being attacked. Yeah, no.
yeah.
So...
Yeah, just trying to get a... because, like, it seems that though this creature was very precisely attacking, because there's no tracks, it probably was flying and whatnot, or like it knew this area very well and didn't leave things behind. So, however, the likelihood of a 16-year-old being like not like leaving stuff behind is more likely. That's just what I'm thinking about.
I mean, the possibility could be that, in the medical attention, things were taken off in order to render aid, and so those maybe thrown aside and not picked up by the police. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe I'm stretching.
Oh, no.
It's a possibility.
I'm thinking it's wits. I'm going to say wits plus roll, because you're thinking about the fight and how this person's getting attacked or whatever. So that would be 5 dice. You got 2 10s, which means you get 2 successes plus an extra 2 successes. So you got 4 successes. Smashing it. Okay. Yeah, they did have an iPod on. They were listening to Justin Bieber, so really serves them right. No. They were listening to music. Looks like they were jogging.
We end our search. This was a perfectly sanctioned event. We move on with our lives.
No jury would convict any forest creature for this assault. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Okay. So yes, you find their iPod, and Maybe this is going to get macabre, but a chunk of skin. So if you wanted to have a friend do a DNA test or something, you could. There's a chunk of skin with blood on it.
Okay. I'll put that in a baggie.
Okay. Are you going to head to town or do something else now? Or
Oh,
Yeah, it sounds
I
like
think-
we. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, quick run by Tim Hortons for some coffee, and
yeah, they're everywhere, not a problem.
and then go to the hospital and find out if we can talk to Owen, and if not, see if we can talk to one of the friends who found him.
Okay.
We could also possibly talk to an attending about what the injuries looked like. It might help.
Yeah.
All right. So you go to Tim Hortons.
I
You're
need it
getting
to be known
coffee.
that Lachlan orders the largest, most like whipped frappe thing in this world. I don't know what Tim
Naomi's
Hortons.
Naomi's less in this for the sugar than the caffeine.
They
For-
do like rolls and sandwiches and stuff there too. It's
yeah.
I wish we had them. They have a decent menu.
Yeah, I'll probably get some sort of solid food, but
Okay, so it's probably about 4 p.m. at this point.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay, so you're going to the hospital. Are you trying to talk to ambulance staff, police kind of hovering around, or friends? And I'm going to say, if you're going to talk to police, you might want a fake ID or something. They're not just going to give out information to anyone who's curious, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's see. Who among us is most likely to be convincing in that sort of
not me.
role? For reference, my my concept as an activist pastor is that I used to be not gangbanger, but used to be pretty rough and in a lot of trouble. And after I reformed, I decided to go back to college and work toward the ministry. This picture,
Well, you can use that to your advantage because
That's
people
what I
do
was
talk
thinking.
to priests.
yeah. There's a. Oh, I picture my character.
Oh, cool.
Probably a bit younger, but I like Nadia Bolz-Weber, so I yoinked her picture.
I have one on the bottom of my, like, if you scroll down, you'll see what Lachlan looks like.
Oh, very good. I hadn't scrolled.
No, just
Nice.
share
If
that
I know
with
I'm going to be
the
talking to
cameras.
cops as opposed to, like, homeless kids or something, I will throw on long sleeves. No need to spook the cops with all the tats. Sometimes they get a little tetchy about that.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
all right, so you're going to talk to the cops.
Yeah.
Are you going with, you heard something horrible happen, or you knew the kid, or?
I'm going with I heard something horrible happened because it's too easy to get caught in a lie with, I knew him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's yeah. Unfortunately, he was attacked out in the woods. Probably a bear.
Goodness,
yeah,
I haven't heard of reports of bears this close to the city.
Yeah. But you're close enough. You can actually see him. Obviously, it's not the full arm missing. It's just sort of like below the elbow.
Okay.
But obviously, there's a drip and quite a lot of bandages and He's unconscious at the minute. 16-year-old boy, man, whatever you want to call him. And yeah, there's
that's
the
awful.
mother's next to him, just kind of holding his hand and looking at him.
Yeah. So what was he doing out there by himself, officer? Or is this an area that kids jog a lot, or?
Oh, sometimes it's national park, and yeah, sometimes they go out there to clear their mind, get some fresh air, and get out to the country. But
Well, I
yeah,
understand
obviously
that.
not the best day. But
No, certainly not. And
they say, look, you're welcome to approach the family, but if they're not interested, they're not interested. You have to walk away. We can't,
of course, I don't. I want to present myself as an opportunity for support. I don't want to push them on anything. I just want to let them know that I'm available.
That's fine. They're happy with that. You seem harmless, so they'll go. They got other crap to do. They got lots of lovely paperwork. All right, so Naomi's doing that. Is anyone else doing anything in the hospital?
I'm going to try to get my way towards the ambulance, like EMTs and what have you, that picked up the kid. More or less, I'm avoiding the police because I have the flaw person of interest.
Okay, so you keep sort of moving away.
I'll just keep their attention, Jesse. You go do whatever.
Yeah, that would be roll wits plus stealth.
Oh no. It's plus that's like, it's still 5. Okay.
But you got okay, so 1, 2, 3. So 3 successes. Yeah, that's fine. So they start coming towards you, and you just quickly turn away at the right second and walk into a janitor's closet and count to 10, come back out, keep going with a different hat on or something. That's fine. Malcolm, you doing anything in the hospital or?
Yeah, I'm not the strongest at this whole being friendly thing. Outside of my close circle of friends who accept me for the gruff person that I am.
You could just be in the cafeteria having a feed, It's been an hour since you've eaten.
I think I'm going to maybe see if I can overhear a gaggle of Owen's friends. If they're in the cafeteria and they haven't been allowed in to see him because they're not family, they might be hanging around. So I'm gonna listen out to see what the scuttlebutt is.
This seems like composure plus stealth.
Sure.
Because you're trying to act cool. What's happening, cool kids? Stephen C.
I will not have my skateboard over my shoulder, So you said composure plus stealth, right?
Stealth, yep.
Okay, so it's 5.
So 2 successes. Yep, that's
2.
fine. You're pretty sure one of them took a photo of you, and they're like, "He's this weird guy." Oh, don't worry about it. Let's get back to Owen. And yeah, they're not happy they're in there. They're not allowed to see him, and they're like, OMG, Owen got hurt. He's in the hospital. You have to come. You have to come here right now. They're saying to their friends, but they can't go in there anyway. So, but yeah, it's a lot of social gossip flying around. I just said. He goes jogging there all the time. They've told him not to. Bears are everywhere. You can't trust bears. Lachlan, what's Lachlan up to?
Yeah, so I think I am going to say, since they're not named, one of my contacts.
Mm-hmm. Is it a nurse or an EMT or something? Or
yeah, is is a nurse here. Let's say nurse Nurse Kimball, and I was, or our group, at a point in the future, we assisted with saving their significant other from a Wendigo. So they know they know about like supernatural stuff enough.
Yeah, they know you help people, and yeah,
and they know that I help people. So I think I like start walk past pediatrics where they are, take a lollipop out of like a little bin for kids, and pop a lollipop, and go over to the station and be like, Nurse Kimball in today?
and she sort of slides out of the office. Oh, Lachlan, it's good to see you. She's always been a bit keen on you, but
Yeah, hey, Kimby, good to see you too. Unfortunate circumstances. Wish it was just a hi, hello. Here's some Timmies, but this is mine, and he I need it. But I don't know if you heard about the kid Owens in room 402, but that's a little unsavory, if you catch my drift. Have you seen anything, heard anything?
yeah, she'll grab a clipboard and say, "Yeah, come with me. I'll show you to where you need to go." She'll kind of loudly say while the others are around, and then sort of lead you down a corridor and say, "Yeah, I was here when he came in. He was lucky he was found so quickly. He could have easily bled to death."
Yeah. Did he say anything when he was coming in? How lucid was he?
No, he didn't. He was just he screamed a lot in pain. But the rest of the time they had to sedate him because. But
Would the wounds look like anything in particular? Does it remind you Jamie's case, or a little different? Or
similar in a sense that something strong would have taken his arm off. It wasn't just like a tap and it eventually came off. It was just like rip.
all right, so it was a singular action. That's good to know. Probably a shifter, something. All right, that's good to know.
I mean, you can talk to him later after when the mother's gone. I can beep you or send you an SMS or something.
That would be great. You have my number. And he just smiles at her.
Yeah, and she's like, "No, we can catch up tomorrow."
Yeah,
You know,
no,
I'm
definitely.
not busy with this.
Yeah, if I'm in town, we can totally do that. But
She's sort
all
of
right.
biting her lips slightly, looking at you and hopeful.
And this is just like he knows, but he's not gonna like tell her no. He's just gonna,
He's gonna string her along.
She's
Jeez,
working.
man.
She's the man indeed. Specifically, G's Lachlan. But he's not gonna. This is a good information post. And he's like, all right, if you hear anything else or see anything else, if you if the police ask you, just text me.
Yep, let you know. So, Nurse Kimball.
That
Okay.
sounds great. All right. And he's just gonna give her a smile. He's gonna, twirl a lollipop in his mouth for a second and then walk away.
Sheesh. All right, you can.
And he'll
Pretty sure
message
she's
you.
watching you. Yep.
Yeah, he'll strut as he walks away, and he'll DM the group and be like, "Hey, spoke to an insider, one of the nurses. Looks like this was something with enough strength to rip an arm off in one go, or at least part of an arm."
Great.
It's good news.
Yeah.
It wasn't tearing or
You stringing
laceration.
along that poor nurse again, Lachlan.
I am gathering intel. What have you got, Malcolm?
That's what you call it these days.
What did you find out, Malcolm?
Oh, tons and tons. I went to the cafeteria, and
The food is awful.
the food there is subpar. But Owen's friends are talking. They're just talking about he went jogging there a lot. People told him not to, which I found kind of interesting.
He goes jogging there
Because-
often. It wasn't.
Yeah. They warned him about the bears. I don't know. I would like to find out more about who warned him not to jog. there. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Also, gonna my string is gonna let us know when the kid's alone.
Good.
So I'm gonna go and check out local lore. Deuces, and he like sends like a peace sign into the group chat, and he's gonna leave to see if he can find any library lore or anything about like local histories and folklore in the area of creatures. What thought to
Okay.
be a new blood?
What are the rest of you doing?
Well, since the cops have made it clear that it's okay with them if I try to talk to the family,
Yep.
that is my goal. I'm assuming that there may be family members besides just his mother around, even if his mother's the only
Nope,
one
just
in
his
with them.
mother.
Just his mother? Okay. Well, I will talk to her if she is willing.
Yeah, she'll have a chat with you. She's
Yeah.
upset and
Tap gently on the door, and I am wearing my clerical collar, so it's pretty obvious what I'm here for. And
Yep.
say, hey, wondering if I could come in and chat for a minute.
she sort of nods. She's upset, and she'll pull a seat over for you. Yeah, you could talk to her for a bit. She's happy if you want to say a prayer for the kid, and
Absolutely.
they
Yeah.
don't go to church regularly, but they do go, and generally Owen's a good boy. He goes jogging, but he stays out of the worst sort of teenage trouble.
Good. Good. Well, I'm glad to hear it, and I'm sorry that his healthy habits unfortunately intersected with terrible trouble. So is he goes to that area often and hasn't had problems before, I assume?
Yeah, a couple of times a week goes for a jog, tries to keep fit. And she says his father died of cancer, so they always try and look after the health because they've had enough
Absolutely.
tragedy in their lives. And
Well, I'm so sorry about this, but I'm sure that he will recover far better than it might seem right now like he will. I mean, they're doing wonderful work with prosthetics these days, and young people can bounce back wonderfully.
she's sort of trying, but she's like, I hope
Yeah.
you're right. I hope you're right. And she just, after a while, there's just sort of a comfortable silence.
Okay. Well, I'm not getting the impression that she knows a whole lot about the situation, so I will just
No, she doesn't seem like she's hiding anything.
do the
and he seems
pastoral
like a good
thing
kid.
and then move on.
Yep.
Meet back up with other folks.
Right. So Lachlan's gone to the library. Naomi's doing that. What are Jesse and Malcolm doing, Ma?
Getting to the EMTs.
Okay.
Uh,
You mean like their database, or what are you?
talking to trying to get talk to the EMTs that picked up the kid Owen.
Okay. Yeah, they're just surprised how lucky he was that one of their friends found him so quickly, because otherwise he would have bled to death. And
it just seems like a very strange thing, just so close to the city and all of a wild animal attack. This is part of my own research on. I'm a student at a local college, training to become a doctor, and I just heard the news through a family friend, and I'm just a bit curious. I know I can't go to the family because of this is inappropriate, but I figured maybe talk to future colleagues, maybe find something out.
So, sorry, what are you trying to find out?
Trying to figure out like what did the kid like what was the state of the kid in when they found him? Like what did the like
Well, there were the kid was bruised. I mean, aside from arm missing, he had bruises like he'd had the shit kicked out of him.
Mhm.
There were no, traces of drugs or toxins or anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it wasn't just they fell over and lost an arm. It's something beat the hell out of this kid and ripped the arm off.
Yeah. Did they find the arm afterwards?
No.
Okay.
Malcolm, are you just listening to the friends in the cafeteria still, or were you following Lachlan to keep an eye on him, keep him safe, or?
No, I don't think Lachlan needs me copying his style. Yeah, I'm not sure there's any more threads to pull on here and now. So maybe we compare notes when people are finished. But like right now, maybe I guess we know that Jesse is in trouble with the police, right? So maybe I'll just run cover or interference to make sure that if the cops do come, we will warn them.
Yeah. Do a couple of donuts in the parking lot and get them to chase you or something.
Yeah, exactly. Or just have donuts in the parking lot. And they will,
Okay. Okay, so you could just be there's a desk with some folders, and you bump them and cause a mess on the floor, and that makes them look at you while Jesse goes down another corridor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've done this before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they're going in their direction, I can run interference.
Excuse me, officer. I had a question. Yeah. Please look over here and not at the guy sneaking down the hall behind you.
Blake, I think your headphones may have disconnected.
I'm muted. No one else is. Click the wrong button. Okay, Lachlan, are you going to internet cafe or library or?
Yeah, so I think he is going to try and see if there is like a small local library or like if there is actually like an occult store perhaps.
Yeah,
Or
there's probably both.
Yeah.
There's like 1.5 million people in town, so it's a decent sized city. You can find stuff. And you've been there before. You've probably read half their books already with that level of occult.
And I would know. Yeah, I would probably know if there was like a legitimate occult store in this town.
Yes, it's occult/new age. You can get palm readings and astrology and tarot and all of it there. They do anything
Aquarian
psychic.
Yeah, so I think Lachlan will go there. And he'll come in with a smile on his face, and this time he'll have actually stopped at Tim Hortons and gotten like some coffees to like give to people when he comes in.
They smile when you walk in the door, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's all smile.
Tim Hortons love Lachlan. Okay, so you go to the occult store.
Yeah. And he's, bringing coffee and things like that, a thing of donuts. And he's going to ask if the manager is in.
Yep. Sheila, manager of the Golden Dusk, is in.
Yeah, so he'll smile and be like, "Hey, Sheila, how are you? Long time no see."
Yeah, good. Lachlan, how can we help you today? What are you looking for?
Yeah, so the woods over under there. What's the lore over there? That area of town. Anything special? Any insightful stories?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that sort of town. But she'll point out these books here might have something about that sort of thing.
All right, I will take this.
You
that,
get the
and...
feeling she's more of a shop owner than actually reads the crap that's in here.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just a
That's
job.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll grab it. Anyone interesting pop into the store? Am I kind of interesting, since I've been gone?
Mm. Well, we have all our customers are interesting, but no one odd lately. None that really made me think there's something.
Just checking, I'm one of a kind, so I shouldn't be surprised. I'll take, and he'll, hand over the money for the books. And he's gonna go to like a corner of the store if they have a section for it and just, go through them. Peruse, do his quick reading thing.
Yeah,
See
there's,
what-
wind chimes at various places in the store, and there's some incense burning sandalwood, and what you'd expect, basically.
Do I find anything about anything that seems legitimate about local legends here, or what may reside in this forest? Is it a hot spot for certain things or not?
Not this forest. I'm presuming you've shared what you've found out so far. You're sending texts back and forth or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
One of the things you find out is creatures that take limbs are generally have a home base. They have a territory. They don't just roam from town to town.
Yeah, somewhere where they can.
They're either collecting it for some sort of, birthing or transformation ritual, or it's part of how they eat or whatever. But they have a territory.
All right. So he's gonna send a group text. Who wants to play capture the flag? Except the flag is the home base territory of something that's preparing for birth or ritual.
Wants to, no. Feels we probably ought to, yes. I mean,
how do you spell base?
How does he spell base?
Yeah.
B-A-S-E. And he's gonna, he's got his books and he's got his things, and he'll just, he's actually gonna take a bit of an observer role. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna start heading back over towards the area. Just, let me know if anything interesting comes up. And he's gonna just sort of try and set himself up to see if anyone, especially because the shapeshifter's got like human form, if anyone is like hanging out by the crime scene or like looky-loos or.
Okay, so it's this point it'll be headed towards 7 at night, so it's getting dark and cold because it's autumn. Does Lachlan tell the others that he's going out there on his own, or?
Well, yes. So he just texts them. He's like, I'm gonna go see if anyone's loitering by the crime scene. Their whole statistics about criminals coming back. La la la. Let me know if
I'll come with you because I don't think any of us should be in that area alone.
Yeah.
All right. Malcolm and Jesse, what are you doing while the other two go out there?
Well, I was gonna, jump at the chance for a stakeout, but I don't know, Jesse. Do you have any other ideas?
I think stakeout is pretty a good chance because a lot of my skills, I have a lot of skill in technology, so I'm wondering if we could plant some cameras around this attack site, try to get eyes on things.
You could get a couple of little remote drones and
trail cameras sound like a real good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's night, so you're not going to be able to see as far distance-wise, but...
Well, we got some resources in the team, right? We could get some night vision cameras set up for trail or drone, even, if we want to be a little ahead of our time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can say you've got a couple of drones you can have with cameras. They probably need infrared ones since it's night. There's not a lot of light out there. It's pretty dark. It's a national park after all. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. You can Malcolm and Jesse can sort of pick them up from the safe house, take the drones out. You meet Naomi and Lachlan out there. Do people want a 5-minute or 10-minute bio break? Are you all good? Or
I could use a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
all right, we have 5 minutes.
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay. I'll just give the other two a minute to get back. It's cold this morning. It's like 5 Celsius or 40 Fahrenheit.
Oof, that's chillier than it is here, but we're coming off of summer heat, so it feels chillier than it really is.
Oh,
You there,
I'm here.
Lachlan? Okay, cool. Bananas. All right. Yeah, so it's nighttime. It's a little bit foggy, but yeah, it's nighttime. You've got the two cars. Because I think. All right, so you got Naomi's car and Malcolm's car. Okay, and Jesse's got a couple of drones. Yay! There's always a cat on cam. Okay. Yeah. Are you all awake, or are you going to have a nap and get woken up later, or?
Oh, I'm going.
Lachlan is awake, and I think he's trying to talk the others into letting him just wander. He's like, listen, we've done this before. You know, they don't see me the way that they see you.
You'd be a little safer, but I mean, they won't necessarily see you as a human hunter, but they might see you as, I don't know, competition for their territory?
We haven't run into something like that.
We also haven't been dealing with territorial limb thieves.
I mean, touche. But listen, you can trail me with he'll like point at one of the drones, and if it gets bad, you could use the drone or come in, like tape a knife to it or something.
That's not how drones work. That's not how any of this works.
But they should. I mean, come on. That sounds awesome.
Have you not seen that
Debbie
video of that
drone.
one fighting the drone with the knife? It was really cool.
But Lachlan, are you seriously like suggesting yourself as bait for this thing?
I mean, bait's such a callous word. I was just thinking, just getting a feel for the atmosphere. And who knows, maybe it won't do anything. I want to see it. I want to see where it's coming from. I'm just gonna just have a little. And he like looks directly at Naomi. Just have a little faith.
Ooh, that's dirty fool, my friend. And if
we've
try to
already
tell
walked
you,
around. You go.
if we try to tell you not to do this, you're gonna slip away and do it anyway.
Exactly. So better we do it in conjunction. And like it's like how they used to have kids drink in the house. Better you do it at home than do it somewhere I can't find you.
And how many times did like these kids end up sick?
But they were sick at home where someone could help them.
Yeah, where they would grow up like alcoholics like the rest of us. How about plan B, we handcuff you to the steering wheel and then we can all get some shut-eye.
I am not sleeping anywhere near this.
That you don't think I can dislocate my thumb.
Oh.
I mean,
Not if I squeeze the handcuff real tight.
Malcolm,
Okay.
we've known each other for a while, but I don't know if we're that kind of friends yet.
guys, folks, let's just, okay. If you want to take point, Lachlan, that's one thing.
So
And
you
the rest of
have
us,
the drones follow him and you follow the drone sort of thing.
that's what I'm thinking. And then, we won't be too far away when something happens to you. Because I have a feeling this is when and not if. And frankly, I'm going to be taking my shotgun.
All right, but just stay back enough, okay?
Okay.
Jesse, do you want to say something?
I mean, it's. You know what? Never mind. It's fine. Well,
Jesse's on my side. You should listen to Jesse.
Nothing about this can go wrong.
Exactly. And you just get like the biggest smile.
All right, so Lachlan, then 2 drones, and then the other 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Excellent. So,
What kind of armaments are we collectively rocking here?
I have a knife.
I have a knife and a shotgun.
I've got a small pistol or a knife. Who knows?
You should decide that, right?
Yeah, probably.
I have
Probably
a
small.
baton, which I assume is like a collapsible asp or something like that.
yep.
And a heavy pistol, which I guess is cooler than a normal pistol, but in some.
No, it's like it's a
way.
9mm or something instead of,
It's just heavier than a regular pistol.
Yeah.
The
You've also got
Chrome-plated
mercury
pistol.
and silver rounds, Malcolm. Actually, so does
Yeah.
Lachlan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't have silver, so...
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I do?
No. Lachlan and Malcolm do.
Yep. So
Jesse, you could make a couple of Molotovs if you want.
So
while
so
they're
maybe
sort of
go with the pistol instead of the knife, because those incendiary and silver rounds will be of very little use to you with a knife.
you could duct tape silver rounds to the knife and make your knife worse without actually accomplishing anything.
Yeah, I think I'll take the small pistol because it has those rounds.
Yeah, Jesse, you can make a couple of Molotovs if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make a couple of those just in case, because we still don't know what we're fighting against.
Okay. So you're wandering through.
Most bad things don't like
Ourselves.
fire. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't like
So
fire.
you're following
either,
the drones. The drones are happily following Lachlan and sort of looking around in thermographic. Every now and then
Can I ask a stupid question? Who's piloting the drones if we're all out of the car walking, following them?
Oh, Jesse would have a remote thing. It's like an
Yeah.
Xbox console.
As you walk down the trail?
Mhm.
We'll keep
Okay.
you from walking into anything.
Okay.
Yeah, this is why I don't have a gun.
Okay, so Lachlan, this would be. It's not survival because you're just kind of wandering around looking.
Awareness?
Common sense is a advantage, right?
Do any of us seem to have common sense? I don't know.
You wouldn't be out here if you did. So, Lachlan, you hear a scream from up ahead.
Yeah, Lachlan's gonna run towards the screaming.
Oh, it's a solid plan. You run towards the screaming. There is. Do you have a torch? Yeah, well, you would have a torch. Well, you got a mobile phone. Of course, you got a torch. So you run towards the screaming, and the drones notice Lachlan run off. You follow the drones. Lachlan, there's a little bit of a light wooded area, and looks like there's a couple of teenagers on the ground, kind of scurrying backwards.
Okay, yeah. What did you
it's
tiny
quite dark
assholes
here.
do? I like shine the torch in their face. Yeah, what are you idiots doing? What just happened?
They're like, there's something there. It's after us.
All right, you stay here. Which direction did it go?
It's all right. So it's kind of like a chunk of a tree goes past you. There's lots of branches that are reaching towards the teenagers, almost as if you're not there.
The trees are reaching for the teenagers.
Mm.
Is it a singular tree or multiple trees?
It's hard to tell. There's a lot of branches. What are you doing?
All right. I am going to... Oh, okay. I have to look at his velocity. I think he's going to walk over to the tree and, put his hand on it and see if he can, communicate it with it. And be like, why are you doing this?
All right. So,
Well, he's got
it's fairly dark. The torch, your mobile phone sort of is helping a bit, but there's kind of a tree with lots of branches in front of you reaching for these teenagers right in front of you, and you just touch it trying to communicate.
Yeah.
And you're saying, why are you doing this?
Yeah, sort of just like, what's going on here? What's your deal? He's inquisitive, and he's trying to find the gray area between monsters and humans.
Roll charisma?
Charisma occult?
No, not occult, just charisma.
Just black charisma?
Persuasion, I guess.
Okay, persuasion.
So that would
okay.
be 6. Yep.
Ooh.
I'm presuming the rest of you are running towards that area.
Oh yes, as soon as we saw Lachlan taking off, I'm like, I'm using some what most people would consider very unpastorly language, and and running.
Can I burn a willpower to reroll some dice?
Yep. So 1 willpower, reroll 3 dice.
Cool. Yikes. Okay, so still just 1 success.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't seem to be. You get sort of flashes in your mind of arms and legs, and you can see the branches are trying to grab the teenager's arms and legs. You can hear the other 3 of you can hear the teenager screaming.
Oh man, fudge hell! If I see it going for arms and legs,
Malcolm, you hear a familiar female voice say, "I dropped my gun! I dropped my gun!"
So
As you,
who is this dropping their gun?
Okay, so you come into the clearing. You're sort of at the edge of the clearing there, into it. There's a teenager named Olivia. For some cash on the side, you were tutoring her in how to use firearms. Because her dad's doing tours in Afghanistan, and you got some money on the side teaching her how to use a gun, but she's just dropped it.
Oh,
Excellent.
While shooting
Her
at this
dollars
tree
were
thing.
well spent. Oh boy.
All right. None of you are in like close range, but is there something you want to do distance range, or are you just running in, or?
I'm running toward the teenagers. My goal is to get sort of behind the teenagers and help drag them backwards further from that tree.
Okay. Jesse?
Try to get closer and within range. And once like the teenagers are pulled back enough of a distance, then I'm going to start throwing Molotov cocktails because we're fighting trees. The fire is the only option left.
Fire sounds like it's going to be a lot more effective than a shotgun, frankly.
Malcolm, what are you doing?
Well, I am not running in the dark in a forest. Even without the entish things trying to kill people, I have a healthy respect for not running into trees. So yeah, I'm gonna be walking and like I guess grab Olivia, let her know I'm right here, and then like point her out towards where Jesse
you and
is
Naomi are
standing.
both trying to get the teens away from the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not afraid of scaring these kids into just doing what I'm telling them. I'm not convincing them. I am ordering them.
All right. So you two are going to head over to that. Meantime, Lachlan is actually there. Lachlan, what are you doing?
So he feels kind of shitty because his attempt to communicate did not work. So he is just going to load an incendiary round and fire straight into the tree, like butt of gun pressed against it.
Yeah. Until the point you fire, it was ignoring you. So you're going to get this action off. That's fine. So roll composure plus firearms. So 3.
Oh wow, I have terrible composure plus firearms. Yikes. Okay, 1 success.
Okay, so you shoot it. You do get its attention. It's like,
Oh, that's what you want to hear. You have
That's
the monster's attention.
Definitely what he
Okay.
wants.
Malcolm, you get Olivia away. Naomi, you notice it's turning its attention from the teens towards Lachlan.
Oh, great. Okay.
Jesse, you can throw a Molotov behind it, so it just gets the back half of it, sort of thing, if you want. But if you roll really terrible, you might.
What
get
could
some
go
of that.
wrong, right?
Well, that's
There's
the thing.
absolutely nothing wrong with starting a forest fire in a forest we're standing in.
Yeah. How about
Well,
we
it's
withdraw?
cold and
That's what I.
fairly wet. It's probably not going to spread too much, actually.
Good.
Yeah, it's time to start hucking.
All right. Here's my sheet here. So that is Dex plus Athletics.
That's not great.
3 dice. You can use a willpower. Oh, no, that's only if you fail. So, yeah, all right, you got 3 dice.
Like I said, what could possibly go wrong?
Oh, 2 successes.
All right, it's burning and it's not happy. It's going, and there's branches flailing everywhere. This is, in fact, an ideal opportunity for everyone to move out of branch range.
Yes.
Want to?
Yes, I think.
Unless Jesse doesn't
moving
want to,
back.
he can try and hug it again or talk to it. Sorry, not Jesse, Lachlan.
I
Is
think
Lachlan going to move out of reach, or?
no. I think Lachlan's getting ready to take another shot.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's not actually swatting at you. It's trying to get the fire out. It's probably grabbing other branches that are wetter and like slapping itself with other branches from other trees and stuff. All right. So, yeah. If Lachlan wants to fire away.
That's another singular success.
It's not really trying to dodge or anything. So, actually,
Yeah, I mean, I've got the gun like pressed right to it. The muzzle's like right up at its face.
So, yeah, it's only got 1. Okay, so you wound it. It's still going, and it's trying to amble into the woods at this point. It's got a few little flaming spots where Lachlan shot it. There's still a few bits of fire on the outer branches of this
Lachlan
small tree.
Gonna call back. Follow it. Don't take it down. There's got to be a nest or something.
Oh yeah, okay, that'll be fun. Yeah.
I think the teenager's going, what was that, Malcolm? Thank God you're here. What's going on? What was that?
Somebody get the kids out of the forest.
Yeah, I'm going to point them back towards our cars and tell them that is the closest they're going to be again in their lives to this forest.
Yeah.
Not that they'll take much convincing, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm torn between giving them my keys to let them sit in my car and assuming I'm not going to see the car again if I do that.
I mean, at best, you have like a dead battery,
Yeah. But at the same time, having them locked in the vehicle sounds
17,
like
18 sort of age, so they may well just take your car.
Exactly. That's why I'm not doing it.
They're happy to get out of here. They're like,
Yeah. Go wait by our cars. Stay the heck away from the tree line. Just stay in the middle of the parking area.
One of them's like, I'm not touching a tree again as long as I live.
Smart.
All right.
If we're not back there by dawn,
leave town.
Tell somebody that we're out here, please. But
okay. Oh yeah, so they go. They're happy to exit the scene. All right, and you're going to follow this tree in the dark in the woods. So
this is a wonderful plan, and nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong. So, I mean, personally, I think this would be a great opportunity for us to, say we find out what we're hunting. It doesn't appear that it's, especially mobile, although, a walking tree.
Certainly moving now.
Yeah, but not like it's territorial. If we come back tomorrow, it's not going to have left. So, unless I have like a chainsaw in the flatbed of my pickup.
I kind of think the Survival 3, you probably would. You've made
Okay.
campsites and stuff before. You can have a small chainsaw. It's not like a turbo massive one, but yeah, a little chainsaw.
Sure.
That's definitely
so-
better for killing a tree with than some of our options.
Yeah. Bullets, I think, less than
Well, the
ideal.
incendiary rounds did help. That did seem to annoy you.
Incendiaries, yes. My shotgun, probably not very useful.
You could blow off some branches.
Yeah. So your proposal is that we leave and come back in daylight.
Yeah. But if people say, hey, it's on fire, it'll be easy to track, and we have some kind of initiative or impetus right now, then
I mean,
yes,
I would-
sure.
I would say we
Yes,
should
ma'am.
follow it.
Well,
is
we know
my
what you think, Lachlan. I mean, I'm wondering what the sane people in the group think.
Are any of us
Wow.
sane, really?
The saner people
Yeah.
around.
People with the survival instinct.
Yeah.
With the common sense, or what passes for such in Edmonton, Canada.
I mean,
I have a
that-
friend in Edmonton. I'm looking forward to telling him about this game. Anyway, let's see. As long as we have the initiative, I think it might be good to not lose track of the thing, because if we wait until daylight and it can move around among trees, we'll be searching the forest
Yeah,
for
for a
a
slightly
tree with
singed
some
tree.
scorch marks.
Mhm.
It would occur
Yeah.
to Lachlan that being a plant creature, it may actually be stronger in daylight.
Yeah, and Lachlan's literally like, listen, photosynthesis.
You've got a point.
So
I always
we should
have
come
to
back
find-
in the middle of winter when
Or we could
there's
follow.
virtually no sunlight.
Lachlan's gonna look
Yeah.
at Malcolm and be like, "You're really cramping my style. Come on," and just
I
start.
am,
walking.
and I'm so enjoying it.
Either get the chainsaw and head
I'm getting the
with us.
chainsaw. I'm walking back to get the
And let
chainsaw.
the kids in the back of the van so they don't do something stupid.
I'm gonna get.
So
them
the
to
other three are
walk
waiting
back
in the
into
clearing.
town.
Malcolm's going back on his own to the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm
any
like-
one of
I'm-
us should be alone. I'll walk back to the cars with Malcolm. The two of you stay put.
No, we're gonna just have a drone, Jesse. Have a drone follow the tree.
I will
There
have
you
the
go.
drone follow the tree. Make sure we
I'm
do.
not going to make you roll for any of that. That's fine. So one drone's following the tree. Oh, that's different. Yes. So that would be wits and technology. Oh, actually, no. Even then, you got 6 dice. So yep, done. Even if I said difficulty 3, you've still succeeded. So yep, okay.
I think on the way back and forth, I'm gonna be asking Naomi for her best advice for herding cats.
I thought you were going to say on the way back we're going to stop by Tim Hortons. And I thought, really?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, coffee is important. We're in Canada.
Okay.
I will give my best cat herding advice, but that's a bit limited.
Okay. All right. So one drone's following Malcolm and Naomi. They get to the chainsaw. They come back. Jesse and Lachlan are there. I'm presuming Lachlan's still there. He didn't decide to chase a tree on his own.
Lachlan looked like he wanted to really badly, but he didn't.
That's cool.
Like tapping his foot, a la like the teacher that's like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!" Like,
Okay.
Is anyone updating your recruit on any of this, or are you doing that at the end?
Is any of us what? Sorry.
Updating Hannah, your recruiter, who paid you
Oh.
the initial $5,000. You don't have
Yeah,
to,
that's
it's just an option.
probably a good idea. Hey Hannah, tree monster, we're following.
Dryads.
If we're not back, if you don't hear from us by dawn, send in the cavalry, or napalm. I don't know.
Assume that we're dead.
How about let's just ask for that danger money now because it got dangerous, let's say.
Did it really, though? I feel like the teens are more in more danger than that.
A Molotov cocktail was thrown. We don't waste good gasoline for no good reason.
Okay, so you all meet up. You start following the tree. Jesse's sort of got it followed with the drone, so you catch up with that. Now, I get to roll to see if this thing can hide from the drone, because why wouldn't it? Come on. 1, 2, 3. All right. You think it's in an area about 2 kilometers away, or a mile and a half, but it's blending in super well.
Mhm.
You haven't seen anything big move out of that area, so you think it's still there, kind of blending in a bit.
Well, we had the drone like following it.
Yeah,
Yep,
but
that's why it hasn't moved out of that area.
Okay.
But it's a tree amongst a bunch of other trees. It's hard to.
Yeah. Well, so we don't waste napalm, I'm just gonna start taking my knife and just like stabbing at trees because like we need to find this tree, and I don't think even if it was blending, eventually we're gonna find it.
I mean, I can
Or-
see the point of like putting trail type blazes on trees, saying, "Yep, this one didn't react to being cut." Ugh.
Alternatively, that might just wake up the other dozen that are here slumbering.
At which point we have whole new problems.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you go to the area where it was last seen. It's still dark. It's like midnight by this point.
Mhm.
And Jesse's gonna stab trees to see which one responds. Is that correct?
Unless someone stops me.
You know, Lachlan will
Okay.
definitely let you do this.
I would figure Lachlan would get.
I mean, I'm
on
rarely
action.
into stopping people doing things. I'm just gonna think it's a really bad idea, and do that loudly. So,
Okay.
your mileage may vary.
I have a good awareness skill. Is there any chance I can do something
Oh.
to try
Yeah.
to
So that would be
figure out
wits
what's
plus
going on?
awareness to try and figure
Yeah,
out
wits
what's
plus
about to
awareness?
happen.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to see like if you see like muzzle marks? Because someone's got to have burns on it from getting 2 bullets straight to it.
Well, it's still fairly dark.
It's
You
true.
have to really look around a lot of the trees for that. We'll roll awareness
Not
first
night.
before.
Yeah, I rolled. Why is it not showing my roll? There it is.
1, 2,
There it is.
3. Okay.
successes.
Yep, there's some
successes?
branches slowly sort of coming up from the sky, heading down towards Jesse.
There.
You-
I am.
Jesse, roll athletics plus dexterity, please.
Oh no, I'm in danger.
Yep.
Oh, that. Oh, I did not roll.
It may have done
Yes,
that
it
same
did.
time. Okay, 1. All right, so Jesse gets smacked down to the ground with 2 points of superficial damage. I'll just whack it on there for you. Okay, as the branches try to pin Jesse down. Lachlan, what are you doing?
As soon as he knows which tree is like the current tree or seems to be doing this,
Yep.
he is going to be shooting an incendiary round at it.
All right. So, yep, composure plus firearms.
1 success.
All right, so bam, bam. It now acknowledges your presence because before it didn't think you were there.
Yeah, that is cute.
Naomi, what are you doing?
I am also going to try shooting. I don't have incendiaries, but I do have a shotgun, so.
Okay. So, yep, composure plus firearms.
There we go. 3 successes.
I'd say 3 plus 3 damage is 6. And so damage. Yep, so you're shooting. It didn't seem like it penetrated the bark very much. Malcolm, what are you doing?
So, is Jesse on the ground or
Yes, and
like
it's trying
struggling?
to pin them down with branches.
Okay, so I'm gonna like step up pretty close to Jesse, maybe even like putting one foot on an arm so that I know where
take
he
this
is
one.
at all times. Yeah.
Okay.
And the chainsaw gets triggered, and I'm going to lop off a limb of the tree.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for
hang on, where's this
specifying.
going? I thought you were in cahoots with the tree for a second.
Nah, I'm going to be very, very precise with my language when I say, chopping off limbs. Oh,
Yeah. Precision with language is important when chainsaws are at play.
I mean, this is a trad game, right? So anything I can say will be used against me.
Alrighty. All right. I don't even know if they have chainsaws in the book. Let's just have a look. No. All right. I'm going to say it's space damage of 3.
No, I mean, how are you supposed to hunt zombies unless you have a chainsaw?
That's a good question.
Is it that?
This would be
I don't
Dex plus melee. If you got 2 in melee, you got holy crap. Yeah, you got 6 dice. There's a good chance of success, and Jesse will come out of this alive. 1, 2, 3, 4. Against it's
4.
6.
Yeah.
And 1, 2. All right, so you got more successes. You hack off one of its branches. It's still got about 20 other ones, but you have very much pissed it off.
No.
How often do you get to use chainsaws? I mean, come on. Jesse,
Not often enough.
it's not pinning you down. It's not trying to pin you down now. What would you like to do?
I would like to get up, move up far enough away so it doesn't like pin me down again.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna throw another Molotov cocktail at it.
Yep. So you back up, put the Molotov you had sort of ready, chuck it. I think that's Dex plus athletics. Yes.
Yeah. Continuing to roll 3 dice.
You can.
No.
You can spend a willpower and re-roll it if you want.
I'll try that. Okay, that's
No,
pretty
2
good.
successes. Yeah, and it does like quite a bit of damage. Where's my notes? Okay, it's going. This branch is flailing everywhere. It's really not happy with that fire. Lachlan, what are you up to? This thing looks like it's about to try and move away.
I think Lachlan is gonna try and be like, let it move away, see where it takes us.
Okay.
I think is sort of, he's got his gun raised and he's ready, but he believes that there is like a small enclave, or there is like an area where this thing is bringing things to, and he wants to find that. It doesn't help to kill just one rat. You have to find the nest.
Okay, so I would say roll wits plus. Yeah, just roll wits for me, Lachlan.
All right. No successes.
Okay. Yep. Oh, well, that's your plan. Naomi, what are you up to?
I guess I will try just try the following plan. So, wits plus awareness, or is that what I should be rolling?
No, you just stand back and let it go. It's trying to
Okay.
flee. So
Yeah, I just want to make sure we don't lose it. But
actually, technically,
I mean, it's
Lachlan
now
failed,
freshly on
so-
fire from a Molotov.
that's true.
right?
That
So-
should be pretty easy to follow at this point.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped to slap the fire out, so
Mhm.
okay.
Okay. All right. All right. So you're letting it go further into the woods. Yeah, it keeps going. There's no way it can kind of blend in and stuff. It's trying to grabbing other bits of trees. There's a bit of a stream nearby. It'll probably head down. Looks like it's headed down there to try and put the fire out.
Do we want to follow up now, or do we want to follow up in daylight when it's stronger but we can see better?
I feel like we should keep following it.
Yeah, if it gets away, like it's gonna be impossible, and it's why we went after this the second time after like it ran away for the first time.
Okay. Let's not lose track of it then.
Okay. Keep following it. Go down to the river to put the fire out.
So, Blake, can I ask a question? Like,
Yeah.
By putting the fire out, is it like lying down in the stream?
No,
Because
it's kind
that
of
is an
dipping
opportunity.
its
I'm not
leafier
gonna
branches
resist.
in the water and splashing the bits of that have fire on it.
Okay.
You're gonna do a flying leap with a chainsaw.
I can resist anything except temptation. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it put the fire out. I'm gonna say Lachlan's on the phone. So Jesse, you've got the drones and they've got little lights and cameras and stuff. So roll. You've got no awareness at all. Who's got awareness? Who would look
I
around?
do.
All right, Naomi can roll awareness.
Okay, awareness plus what stat? Wits or intelligence or?
Probably intelligence, because it's not attacking, it's just sort of putting its fire out. So you've got a couple of seconds to look around the area.
Okay. So that's 3 successes.
Yep. Lachlan's talking on his phone at the back, and Naomi notices. In a few places around the river, there's hands and legs sticking up along the stream.
Yeah.
Oh,
You mean like planted?
As if a tree planted a human limb in the ground.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that's how you take slips, from plants, right? You
Yeah.
take a limb and put them in the ground, and hey presto.
It's trying to grow more people or more things like itself or
Or
something.
I'm sorry, I wounded you. Let me make you better by planting you in the ground. I have no idea what tree psychology is like.
Yeah, botanopsychology is really not a
Area of study.
Yeah. Seminary doesn't cover that. Yeah.
I have no occult, so I have no idea why this is happening. I'm
I
not
do have
sure
a bit
if
of a cult.
I'm not sure even if I see the tree limb, the
All
human
right.
limbs.
I think I'll have to take over Lachlan since Blair had to leave. So I think Lachlan's like, well, plants propagate. They just keep spreading seeds and growing. That's what plants do. So I think we need to take this thing down. Otherwise, it's just going to keep ripping people's limbs off and
Sticking them in the ground.
planting.
Yeah. I'm disturbed by the apparent number of attacks we haven't heard about,
Mm-hmm.
because
More
Well,
than one.
no-
You know.
Yeah, no one tried to look at previous attacks or anything.
true.
If you had all, then I
true.
could have given you that information, but no one did.
No, no one did.
Nope,
Yeah.
you're right. We did not check into that. Okay. So yeah, we need to stop this mad gardener. Before it
There's a sentence you don't get to say off.
plants again. Yeah.
So I
Alright.
guess we're still on follow it back, see if there's more than just one, and maybe reassess then. If you find out where a nest is, obviously we can come back another time with napalm.
Well, this would probably be the nest, since there's, limbs in
Yeah.
the ground and there's a nice stream nearby. And
Mm-hmm.
How confident are we that we can find this spot again in daylight?
well, you've got drones on it, so you can just mark it
Oh,
on
yeah.
your
Yeah.
Google Maps or
GPS?
whatever.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
You're close enough to town to do that. So
Okay, good. Because while we're deciding what to do, I am going to send Hannah our. These are the coordinates. It's planting pieces of people. This is where you need to hit if we don't finish the job.
okay,
Because
maybe I'm sure we have like a layer on our Google Maps, which is just like batshit crazy hunter stuff. So
Yes.
we're dropping a pin here, right? For
yeah,
Yes.
Hunter Net with its
yeah.
their own maps. Yep.
Okay, so I guess once more, but the chainsaw. Huh?
Yeah, I think it's chainsaw and shotgun time, and incendiaries and anything else we've got.
All right. So as soon as you step towards it with a chainsaw, it sort of starts going towards you again and reaches its branches towards you. So that's Dex plus melee.
That is 4 successes.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. So you got more successes. So yep. All right. So you're hacking into it with your chainsaw. You did manage to dodge several branches trying to grab you. There's also several branches trying to grab the other two because it's got really long branches. So you can roll your composure plus firearms, Naomi, if you're shooting it.
Okay. Yes. I'm just 4. Just double checking what my number of dice was. Yeah, I got a couple of successes again.
So it's just trying to sort of bend out of the way where you're shooting, but it's not super great to dodge. Your shotgun just kind of hits the bark and doesn't seem to go in too well. But yeah, it is still wounded from where you got detected before, so it's not doing great. Jesse, what are you up to?
Well, I'm probably, just because I don't think I have unlimited amount of Molotov cocktails, I'm thinking I'm probably throwing the last one I have.
Okay.
Uh,
So Dex plus athletics. So 1. That's all right. Okay, so you got 2 successes. So as you chuck it towards it, it sort of went ting, so a little bit splashes on the ground near it, but it doesn't really get burned that much.
yeah,
But neither do you lot. That could have gone a lot worse.
Good.
could. Yeah, like, it's near a river, so, like, there's only so much I could do.
Okay. It's yeah, I mean it's got tons of branches, so it's trying to grab each of you. If each of you does Dex plus athletics.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah,
no
I'm
que-
super good at this. Let's see. On the other hand, I did get 3 out of 3 successes, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Holy crap, you all rolled really well. 2. I'm afraid it's grabbed Donna. So it's got your legs and it's pulling you closer towards it. You've still got your chainsaw in your hands if you want.
try not to hit your own
So,
legs.
yeah, so
I
Malcolm's
will
been
try,
grabbed
yeah.
by the legs. Yep. What do you want to do? You
Yeah,
just
so,
try and get
I mean,
three, or you
if
just
it's-
chainsaw it? Or?
I mean, I'm inclined to wait and see where it drags me and chainsaw the fuck out of that.
Your limbs could be ripped off.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that I may just try to release myself right now. Discretion and all that. So I will try to release myself instead of going for broke.
All right, so that would be Dex plus Athletics. Although, if you're using the chainsaw to get the branches that are grabbing you, rather than actually just kill it, you could argue that you can roll melee instead, if that's a better roll for you.
It's
You already had it in your hands.
it's both the same, I guess.
Oh,
But
okay.
the hitting it with the chainsaw does mean I'm doing damage to it rather than just
Yes.
freeing myself. Yeah.
One. Yep. Okay, so that's fine. You lop the branches off. Lachlan's taken some photos to make sure we've got footage of everything's happened. You earn your pay. Jesse, what are you doing?
Documentation.
I have a knife.
Are you putting it on the drone, or are you just using it yourself?
You know what? It's funnier if I do it with the drone.
Yeah. So there's like a flashback in sepia where Malcolm's getting dragged towards a tree with a chainsaw, and you're in the background putting the knife on the drone, and you fly the drone.
Hasty application of duct tape.
Yeah.
So this would be wits plus technology against its dodge, which is a bizarre combination. But let's go. So, you got 4 successes, so you got to get more than 4.
Ooh.
But you can use your willpower if you want to.
Okay.
1,
I
2,
got
3.
3 successes so
Yep.
far. So
You can.
I just
Yeah,
need
you
to,
can use a willpower if you want to re-roll 3,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I'm re-rolling 3.
of
Another
course, yep.
another
So
2.
that's 5 successes. So yeah, you can go straight into it with the drone. It'll kind of collapse in itself, so the drone's probably squished.
Yeah,
but-
goodbye, drone.
There's like a slow-mo from the drone cam to eyes.
I also no longer have the knife.
You can grab the knife that's on my belt. I have a knife as well as my shotgun, so.
All right.
If you feel like grabbing things out of belt, I have a heavy pistol, but I'm not sure if Jesse can use a pistol.
I've got firearms one, so yeah, that's some idea.
Okay. So it's got incendiary rounds, so I think
Yep.
that...
So you can sort of shoot it a few times and chop it a couple of times with the chainsaw to make sure it stays, and it stops moving. Naomi, you noticed during the fight the fingers that have been planted were wiggling a bit, but then they sort of stop once this thing falls over.
That's creepy. I kind of want to extract one of these from the ground and see if it's growing roots and becoming one of those things. And I kind of don't want to touch the creepy parts of dead people.
I can see Lachlan doing this, so I think
Or
he
dead
shakes one of the
person.
hands and takes a selfie.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear. So does it have roots or signs of
The
growth
hands,
at the bottom? Yeah.
yes, but they look more like tree roots than they do like blood vessels and stuff.
Well, I think we may know where tree monsters come from. I think we need to dig up all of these and, like, respectfully put them in a pile and burn them? Because I don't think that should be allowed to happen.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'll vote for never allowing that to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problems. Okay, you dig them up, burn them.
Mhm.
Yikes.
It's like yeah, 1 p.m. You get a message back from Hannah saying, still alive? Question mark.
Yeah. We're alive. We think we've taken care of the problem. We think we killed the tree and stopped it from making little trees, monsters, things out of pieces of people.
Okay.
The number of sentences I never thought I'd say that come up in this line of work. Yeah.
And she'll answer back. How many were slain? How many foes did you fight?
Well, we fought one tree monster thing, and we put down, and I give her a count of how many planted limbs there were. That number of proto monsters.
Okay, so yeah, she'll send you saying, extra 10 grand will hit your accounts in the morning.
Sounds good.
All right, so it's 1 a.m. It's lovely and cold out in the Canadian woods.
Yeah. Let's head back to the vehicles and hope the teenagers have not managed to hotwire and steal one of them.
Funny, but no, they didn't wait at the cars. They just ran off.
Okay. Well, I hope they made it back to town okay. Malcolm, you know one of them, so you can check in on her.
You see ahead of you as you're heading off, you see the teenager getting into a taxi and
Okay,
taking that
good.
to town. Because I don't think Uber was around in 2010. So, okay. All right, you just head back in town.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do after a mission? Do you go for a drink? Do you do like your celebration bowling or mini golf?
I don't know about you guys, but I could go for a beer.
Yeah.
Or multiple.
Chaser.
Yeah.
All right. So you head to a bar, get a beer, or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine we smell a little bit. I mean, maybe it's the kind of bar that don't ask why you smell of burning gasoline.
There's a few bark chips in your hair.
Yeah.
We can always just say camping.
Yes. Camping.
The best kind of camping.
That's code for and ask no further questions.
Dear.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
any bar where we hang out is probably a bar that doesn't ask a lot of questions.
All right. Yeah, I think Lachlan's would be busy on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're just going to hit the hay. After that, you go back to your safe house, crash for the night or whatever.
I
Yeah.
think that sounds good.
Are you doing anything the next day?
I think we should go take a look at that site by daylight and just make sure there's nothing there that we missed.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should
Possibly with,
definitely do brunch.
with a fresh supply of,
Molotovs.
Molotovs.
Yes.
Just to be sure. Don't mind us, we're just marching into a national park with incendiary devices.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's a large one with not a lot of lighting or cameras, so...
Yeah.
Okay, you go out there, look around the area. If Naomi wants to roll awareness, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it would probably be survival. Because you're
Okay.
not actually expecting to get attacked, you're more just sort of looking around the area. So Malcolm could do it as well. He's got a bit in survival as well.
Okay.
You looking for an additional roll from me, or is one enough?
No one's fine. Yep. No, it looks like you you can't see any extra things growing. It looks like you burnt what needs to be burnt.
Okay. Good.
Is anyone going to contact the family or whatever? You don't have to. That's just an option.
I think it would be
Following-
really hard to explain to the family. You don't need to worry about bears in that area, or maybe you do because this wasn't a bear, but there could also be bears. I think just not jogging around here would probably be a reasonable idea. Once Owen's out of the hospital, I'm sure he can find safer places to travel.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we want to hedge your, I mean, I don't think teenagers are going to be coming out here for quite a while. So unless maybe we have some contacts in the local, I don't know, whoever owns this land or whoever runs
It's
this
a
land.
national park.
It's
National
the
park,
government.
yeah, government. So do we know a friendly ranger who will put up a sign warning people about, I don't know, something
It'll be bear
innocuous
attacks.
that you don't want to go close to, like bear attacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Innocuous, like bear attacks, yes.
Yeah. I mean, we're Canadians, right? So bear
Yeah.
attacks. Yeah.
Warning. moose.
Yeah, on social media, there's quite a few teens sharing stuff about, strange creatures in the woods and don't go there. And then a bunch of other people saying, I totally want to go there and get a selfie. And yeah, because they're teenagers.
Well, I hope we took care of the problem. We can't, sadly, solve the problem of teenagers are dumbasses sometimes. I wish we could solve a lot of problems in the world if we could make teenagers not be dumbasses, but...
Lachlan will point out that, did anyone notice that the hands were both hands? Like there were sets of hands, right and left hands?
So it didn't finish the job with Owen.
Well,
Got interrupted, I guess.
We could always keep an eye on him just to make sure.
That's probably a good idea.
But we did kill it. I don't know. What do you lot think?
Like, because the roots were growing after they've been planted by the creature.
Yep.
So it seems as though Owen was found before the creature could rip off both arms.
Yep.
And we didn't find Owen's arm. That might not have been the only planting site.
No, you did find Owen's arm.
Oh, we did find Owen's arm? Okay.
Yes. He was just like, because like the arms that were
the planted arms
came in pairs.
Yeah. So hopefully it is not in a state to come back, and it doesn't have counterparts that will come back.
All right. Well, I mean, you can keep an eye on Owen for a couple of nights or whatever, and it seems fine. There's
Okay,
no other
good.
disturbances.
How's your pupil Olivia doing? Welcome.
She has
Yeah.
messages. She wants more lessons.
Obviously, not dropping the gun was something I took for granted in lesson 1, right?
Also, question of why she went out in the woods with a gun.
Yeah. Why the
Well,
fuck?
They would, well, in Australia we'd call it snogging, but heavy petting.
Oh, okay.
With the gun. I mean, you can't be too
What-
careful. Right?
Well, there had
She
been a
did
bear
have one with
attack
her,
in that
but-
area, so I guess.
You would shoot a bear? Like, that's not.
I
Like,
think,
bears can handle bullets. Like,
yeah, a
Yeah,
pistol
yeah.
versus a bear is not a great idea, especially if we're
No.
talking grizzly.
You're just going to piss it off, right?
Yeah. I mean, if it was a black bear, maybe, but around here it's probably going to be grizzlies, and no,
Yeah.
a pistol
And if it's
versus
a polar
grizz
bear,
is no go.
Well,
Oh,
you
God.
save it for yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly. I bet
As
bear
an
may
Australian,
fail.
it's nice to have people talking about wildlife in other people's countries.
Yeah, we have dangerous wildlife too. Less of it is venomous, but we do have dangerous
Yep.
wildlife.
Come
Okay,
live in
so
Ireland, where no, we don't have anything. Our biggest carnivore is a fox, right? So
yep, they're going to push over your bins.
Yeah.
That's it.
maybe.
My
Not so much with-
immediate area, the most dangerous wildlife is probably the deer, because if they're ticked off, they will charge. But
Hmm.
we don't have. Bears aren't too far from here, but they're not in this immediate area. And
I always love the clips of
Ditto.
a deer's poked its head in the door. Oh wait, 7 deers are suddenly in your lounge room.
yeah,
What?
yeah, the herds get to be a problem.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like you completed the mission. You get your 10 grand bonus.
Phew.
Let's have a look. No one suffered willpower damage because it wasn't that sort of creature. Yeah, I should have gone a bit harder. We only got superficial damage on Jesse. That's it. Could have gotten a lot nastier with all those branches, but you all rolled pretty well.
Yeah, the dice were in our favor.
I don't think any of you sort of did anything towards your desire because it's only a one shot, so it's hard to do some of them. So yeah, so cool. What about epilogues? What do you think we see over the next week or two? What does Naomi do, you think?
I think I am belatedly going to check out stories of past mutilations and disappearances in that area. And I'm also going to be telling the homeless people and at-risk youth that I work with that, bears and other wildlife can be very dangerous. So unless you're very skilled in survival, don't muck around in the woods. Yeah. Just trying to spread the general word of being careful out there.
It's always good advice. Malcolm, what do you think? It's Malcolm's sort of epilogue. What do we see him doing? Doesn't have to
I
be
think
sensible.
maybe, yeah. I think on the sensible side, I think maybe a little bit of extra firearms training for Olivia. Maybe she's ready to given her experience in the woods, maybe she's ready for to become like a new member of the group or something. I don't know. And on the unsensible side, I think it's time to figure out how to make shotgun rounds incendiary. Right?
Yeah, so you might probably talk to Jesse about that. They've got technology. You might be able to work out how to make some fun rounds.
I also wouldn't mind having some shotgun rounds that are loaded with silver pellets or something.
Yeah, well, that's much easier.
Yeah, that one's easy, and if we run up against things that are vulnerable to silver, that sounds like a real good thing to have.
And what do we see Jesse doing?
We see Jesse over the next week making plans on how to make a flamethrower, because apparently we do not have enough fire on our hands, and
Putting the fire into the firepower.
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah, and just trying to get more information about what we fought, because like I know like dryads are a thing, but do they grow more dryads by planting human remains into
That
the
one, dude.
ground? I don't know.
I think there's, Lachlan there's a bit of a montage of Lachlan showing you pictures and books of creatures that were like the one you fought. And maybe when you're trying to assemble a flamethrower in the background, Lachlan's trying to put a knife on the drones.
A permanent knife mount instead of a hastily improvised one.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, there you go. You got through it fairly quickly. Any comments, feedbacks, stars? Do you think someone did that stood out?
I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. Gotta say the knife drone was a cute touch.
Oh no, I've lost my knife now.
Yeah.
If you hacked it apart enough, you could probably get it back. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
any thoughts, Jesse?
I'm not sure about the system. It baffles me because like I don't know. Maybe I am just like I don't particularly grok with trad games that much.
Yeah, well, it's only a one shot, so it's hard to sort of get the full of the scope of it. Like, if you got willpower damage because something happened or something tried to invade your mind or whatever, your desire and your ambition working towards them helps heal that up. Makes you feel better about what you're doing and all of that. But this wasn't like a willpower draining creature or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But most of it's just stat plus skills is that many D10s, and that's it. Donna, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's been quite a while since I played a World of Darkness game, so yeah, kind of interesting to return back, and had good fun. Some nice, even though I think we were kind of on plot most of the time, we had some nice character moments and definitely some good personalizations on those pre-gens. So yeah, enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, yes, it is World of Darkness, but you can't, with a one shot, you can't do a lot of faction stuff and that because there's no point. It derails from the plot too much. So yeah, but yeah, that works right. Yeah, that's all cool. All right, thank you very much. It was good fun playing with you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was less lethal than I thought it was going to be. I thought it's going to be a lot more injuries and stuff, but you all rolled pretty well and you used your willpower. That was cool. All right. We'll end the broadcast and